Well, it's Friday night, and you know what that means? It's Friday Night Bourbon Fight! Well, welcome to Bourbon Writers, and tonight it's fight night. So who's on the main event? Larceny Barrel Proof. Now this is batch C922 from last year, and it's one of my favorite high proof bourbons. Its challenger has got a reputation of its own. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Now this is a 12-year-old product and it is batch A123. Now one is a traditional bourbon and one is a wheated bourbon. Well, tonight they're going to go head to head in 3 rounds to see which has the best aroma, taste, and finish. But before the main event, we've got an undercard fight. And it's a mini undercard fight, literally. We're going to show you what our Mini Bar Wars series is all about by having one on this fight tonight. It is a short mini version of our bourbon fight with mini bottles, and that's why it's called Mini Bar Wars. This is a new feature or new series that we're going to have on the channel where we take 2 mini bar size bottles, put them head to head in a very short, very direct mini bourbon fight. So let's get to that one and then we'll come back for the main event. Brand new series we call Mini Bar Wars. Now, I've been seeing these little mini bottles in package shops for years, and I just thought to myself after doing Wheat Week, why don't we have a competition of just these guys? Typically bottles that I don't have the full version of. So I tried to, unlike maybe 1 or 2, they're all bourbons that I don't have, at least in a full-size bottle. Okay, we're ready to go. On our left is the Bulleit Bourbon Frontier Whiskey. This is, it looks to be 90 proof, and it's from the Bulleit Distilling Company. And you've seen the Bulleit stuff everywhere. This is just a tiny version of it. On our right, I always thought this was funny when I saw it. Fistful of Bourbon. This is a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys. It is also 90 proof. It is bottled by William Grant & Sons. I don't know those guys, but I see the full-size bottles of that. So I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock, and I'm going to start on the left. Not a whole lot of aroma. Straightforward bourbon, I'd say, with a fair amount of rye in it. Got that rye spice going. Not very sweet. Okay, Fistful of Bourbon. I love that the guys came up with that name. Wow. Also, traditional bourbon, a little sweeter. And I think it had a little creamier or better viscosity. This tasted a little thinner. A little over a minute into it. So back to the Bulleit. It's okay. It's there's nothing that stands out in it, but it's fine. It's not bad at all. It surprised me. I always thought that the Bulleit with the high rye would be something like, nah, I wouldn't like it at all. But it's not bad. Slightly sweet, definitely traditional bourbon flavors. Back to the Fistful of Bourbon. We definitely taste a little more spice up front with that. And it's a little sweeter and a little better viscosity than the Bulleit. Okay, we are out of time. To me, it's a clear winner. The Fistful of Bourbon wins this mini bar war. and will go on to fight another day. The bullet, I'll find a cocktail to pour that into. So we hope you liked this video, and you'll come back for more quick and short mini bar wars. Well, welcome back to the main event. We sure hope you enjoyed our little mini bars wars. That's a feature that's going to be on our channel real soon. So, we're here for the main event. The Larceny Barrel Proof versus the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. The Elijah Craig is an early 2023 release, and the Larceny is a late 2022 release. Both are very close in proof. Okay, ding, ding, ding. The first round is always about the aroma, what it smells like, which one smells better. So we're going to start off on our right, glass D. Very kind of maple, brown sugar with some fruit. Kind of like a spicy strawberry jam. That's very nice. Very nice. All right, glass C on our left. See what this smells like. This is more traditional smelling. Brown sugar, cinnamon, vanilla, maybe a little bit of oak. Very nice. Both of them very intense. I'm going to have to say it's a tie. One's got a little bit more fruit. One's got a little bit more of that baking spice, cinnamon, vanilla, brown sugar going on. They're both great. Very nice, both of them. So, and you'll see the score on your screen. Okay, ding, ding, ding. Round 2, this is all about the taste, where points are doubled. So in this round, they can score 10 points. In the previous round, it was 5 points, in case I forgot to tell you. All right, we started on the right last time, so this time we'll start on our left. Give it a little swirl. Cheers. Pow! That proof hits you right up front and goes immediately into a Kentucky hug. It doesn't waste any time at all. But with that proof, you get a fair amount of spice, a little peppery up front, and a lot of brown sugar, molasses kind of sweetness. It's a very sweet bourbon, a lot of flavor. And it packs a punch. Very nice. That was glass C. Wow. This is going to be tough. I just know it. It's going to be tough. All right. On our right, glass D. Give it a little swirl. Get the flavor going. Cheers. Definitely that proof. Pow, right again. No doubt about this, the level of proof you're drinking. So you need to take small sips. But you get a baking spice. It's not as peppery, not as bold as glass C. But you get some fruit along with the sweetness, although it is a little less sweet. But very nice. And it rolls right into that Kentucky hug. I would say right now in my mind, they're still tied. But, you know, I have to like one better in taste, right? It's easy to tie in aroma, easy to tie in finish, but in taste, you usually like one better than the other, don't you? I'm asking you because I hope that's the case. All right, We'll go back to glass C. Now you don't taste the proof as much because I had 2 sips already. That peppery baking spice is still there right on the tip of the tongue. But that sweetness, that brown sugar molasses, it's yummy. I mean, I don't know of a bourbon that I have that I can recall that may be sweeter than whatever glass C is. It's good and proofy and spicy up front. It is going to be tough. Back to glass D, we need to make a decision, don't we? Definitely not as sweet. That's by a fair amount, but it balances itself with more fruit, more dark fruit. So you got the sweetness, which is still sweet, with the fruit. So you got that kind of strawberry jam, Pop-Tart. I love to talk about Pop-Tarts, don't I? I don't even eat Pop-Tarts, but I love talking about them. That's nice with it's the right amount of sweetness against the right amount of fruit. So this really is a small sipping, both of them, small sipping type of bourbons. But which one is better? I'm going to have to give the advantage to glass C just because that brown sugar molasses, it was just perfect. With the spice up front, you really felt like it's Thanksgiving and you got some kind of pumpkin or Dutch apple pie or something in there that's a little spicy. It's sweet. It's delicious. Glass C takes the round, but I would say only by a smidgen, a small amount. So let's score that. Okay, ding, ding, ding. Now it's all about the finish. What is left between sips? Or in this case, what is left after you've fallen to the floor after drinking 2 or 3 of these sips, right? Wow. This definitely has some proof. Okay, glass D. It's all about the finish. Our little clock is running again, isn't it? You just can't hire good help. It takes a minute to really know what the finish is like. I end up with some dried fruit, some light baking spices. It's nice. Okay, over to glass C, see what kind of finish this one has. Glass D's finish was better, and the finish lasted longer. You had that light baking spice with the kind of dried fruit, and it was great. It was wonderful, in fact. You could actually enjoy that a little while before taking another sip, and probably a good idea with 125 and 126 proof, right? Glass C had more of a peppery finish and faded quicker, and there wasn't a whole lot of depth to it. Glass D had the better finish, so we're going to put that down. So we're going to tally up the scores and come back with some final thoughts. Final thoughts. Wow, this was really tough. At first, it kind of set the stage for this whole match. Both Glass C and Glass D were wonderful in aroma. They were different, but both wonderful. So I gave them both a 4. It was a tie. Clear tie. In taste, I did like Glass C better, and that's because of that pancakes and syrup kind of taste. It was great. It was obviously a little on the sweet side, but maple, molasses, brown sugar goodness, pancakes and syrup, baby. Glass D had kind of that fruit component going on, that Pop-Tart thing that I love to taste, and it was great, but I like this 1 point better. So this got a 9 and this got an 8. So at this point, Glass C is ahead by 1 point, right? Then you get in the finish. And like, what happened? That great taste faded with the peppery finish and faded quickly. Now, it's not that I didn't like it. It's just that I liked this one better. So in a 1 to 5 score, a whole point really is like 20% less, right? So this one definitely had the better finish. So this got a 5, this got a 4. And I'm thinking to myself as we're going into the break, I hope this isn't a tie, because I know which one I like better. I know I like the Larceny better based on perceptions, right? So in the break, I tally it up and I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? It's a tie. And why do I think? Why am I doubting it's a tie? Because I didn't care that much for the Elijah Craig small batch. I didn't think there was that much to it. I was surprised by the Elijah Craig. The balance of the fruit and the sweetness was perfect. A little proofier than I like. I generally like to drink most of my bourbons 100 to 110. Sometimes I'll go to 115 with the Old Forester 1920. But generally I tone it down a little bit. But this was great. Now I would have told you, I would have bet money, probably 3 to 1 odds that I would have gone with the Larceny. Why? Because I love wheated bourbon. This surprised me. We hoped you liked the fight tonight. It was a draw, but it was an excellent draw. I'm very happy with both of them. So please like this video, and please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. And if you liked our little mini bars wars, we're going to have that in our playlist on the channel. And we'll probably have, I don't know, 15 fights. And we'll see what little mini bar bottle is the champ. And so stay tuned for that. We'll have that coming soon. So, as always, please drink responsibly. Never drink and drive. And we'll see you next time.